Hi, it's Kevin here from Technics. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to set up a Technics turntable from the ground up for the very first time. It's really simple. So first of all, let's get rid of what you won't need out of the bits that are here. There you go. There's a little adapter for your 45s. We'll come back to that later. Right, let's start off. We've got our turntable set up. It's really simple. Move the mat to one side. Grab your platter. It's really simple. We've got two handy thumb holes, and you'll notice that this one has the fantastic direct drive magnet. So things like the GR2, the 1500C, and this 40CBT all come with this fantastic direct drive motor. Some of the other ones, like the 1300G and the 1200G, actually use some screws to mount it in place. But this is what we've got with us today. So pop your thumbs in the hole. Then just look down through the hole as you lower it on, and you'll see that actually you can just slide it all the way down. That's that bit done. Grab your mat, bring it over, place your mat on. That's that side of the turntable done. It's really that quick and that simple. It's all ready to go. Now we're going to move to this side. And this is a little bit more technical, a little bit more tricky, but still really easy. So we've got two parts that we're going to use now. We've got our counterbalance weight with the numbers on, and we've got our head shell. And like we've said previously, this one comes pre-fitted with a cartridge, the same as the 1500C. The first thing that you need to remember is there's this little plastic cover, and you're going to have to remove that. So on this one, it just slides off. On the 1500C, there's a little clip that just unhooks it. So make sure that we remove those protective covers. For today, I'm going to leave it on because I won't be using this turntable, but we can still talk through exactly how to set it all up. So the first thing I'll do is put the counterbalance weight on. Numbers forward, and it just goes on the back of the tone arm and it screws on. Don't worry too much right now about where it goes, as long as you've got it in place. Now, get your head shell. You've got a little pin at the top, and there's a little slot. Just slide straight in, go all the way down, and then just screw that little, so you'll see here, just screw that until it's tight. We're pretty much done now. What we need to do is balance the tone arm and make sure that the tracking force weight is correct. To do that, first of all, release this little catch. Now, what we're going to do is what's called balancing. So, as you can see, it's quite front heavy now. But if we unscrew this counterweight a little bit, it starts to get a little bit lighter. So we want a tiny bit more. Now it's a little bit too much, right? So if we bring it down, there you go. It's balanced perfectly. Now, what we get is the numbers. Set those to 0. Now you can move this cuff independent. Set it to 0, you'll see a line on the top of that tone arm. Tracking force for this one, 2 grams. So all we do is move the whole counterbalance weight forward until we get all the way around to 2. Done. From there, we're going to set the anti-skate. The anti-skate is simply this little dial on the side. 2 grams, so we just turn it around to 2. If that's a little bit too much, and you can buy just a blank record that you can actually test the anti-skate, and basically it should just sit still. And you can just dial it a little bit forward and a little bit back to make sure that you've got that right. Now, we're ready to go. Apart from, we need to connect it to an amplifier. How do we do that? Let's turn it around so I can show you on the back. So the first thing you'll notice here, 2 lots of connections on this one. And that's because we've got an internal phono stage. Okay? My cables are all laid out in order. The last one being the power lead. Don't go anywhere near the power lead yet. What we're going to do is firstly connect the RCAs. So your RCAs are really simple. They're red and white. You've probably used these before. And you've got red and white. 40CBT, 1500C have a built-in phono stage. So if I want to use that, I'm going to use line out. If I want to use a phono stage that I've already got, or a phono stage in an amplifier that I've already got, I'm going to use the phono connection. Again, you've got a little switch on the back here that will switch between the two. Do not operate this while it's plugged in and turned on. always remove the power when operating or removing cables on a turntable. Finally, we get to the grounding cable. This is probably one of the most important cables because it will operate without it, but it's super important. This is what's going to stop any of those grounding hums, and it looks like nothing you've ever seen. So quite often we hear people that have not used one and then have an awful sounding turntable because they've never seen one before, and music will come out of it without it in place. But how do we use it? The little screw here, just loosen it. Then you get the horseshoe shape, slide it underneath and tighten it. It's as simple as that. You'll then find a very similar looking screw on the back of your amplifier, screw it into there. Finally, we've got two bits left that we haven't used as yet. We have this little bit that we put to one side. Now, if you've inherited lots of records and you've gone, well, that's got a massive hole in the middle of that, then you use this. This is the adapter for those records. So if you've got any of those old records with a big hole in it, you just put that straight onto there and then you can use your records. Finally, the lid. The lid on a Technics turntable is super easy to fit. All you do is just drop it in place. Now, if you want the very best sonic performance from a turntable, you would play it without the lid on, because lids will create vibrations and turntables create their music through tiny vibrations. So in a perfect scenario, in a perfect world, you just take the lid off and look how easy that is. So you can take it off, put it to one side, enjoy the very best performance from your Technics turntable and enjoy every bit of the music. And then when you're finished, you can just drop that lid straight back on. It really is as simple as that to set up a Technics turntable. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy listening to your Technics turntable.